Egypt is letting them through, but somehow they managed to close the border for the Palestinians.
So the global march to Gaza was blocked from going through northern Sinai to the Rafah border for humanitarian aid, but Israeli settlers are allowed to go through to fly out of the Cairo airport.
Activists have accused Cairo of hypocrisy for welcoming Israelis with open arms at a time when aid has been held up from getting into Gaza. Thousands of Israelis have crossed into Egypt through the border in recent days, aiming to fly out of Sharm el-Sheikh airport to destinations around the world, in coordination with their governments, Israel and Egypt. The situation has sparked accusations of double standards after the Egyptian government blocked convoys attempting to reach the Gaza Strip to break Israel's total siege, with activists facing violent attacks.
Dozens of violent thugs in civilian clothes started to attack us, despite the fact that we were totally peaceful.
These actions sparked widespread backlash online, with critics highlighting what they called a double standard. Israelis allowed into Egypt, aid workers trying to help Palestinians forcibly removed. One tweet read, "This government in Egypt is a master of hypocrisy, egoism and fakery. Whose side is it on? The Egyptians? The Palestinians?" But hypocrisy has not only been drawn from Egypt's treatment of activists trying to get aid into Gaza. Egypt's immediate decision to allow Israelis through their borders for free starkly contrasts with a decision in 2024 to charge Palestinians fleeing Rafah $5,000 per person to cross the border. A move which ultimately still left thousands of Palestinians in limbo after the Israeli military seized the crossing. So in other words, escaping war comes free, but only if you're not Palestinian. One tweet read, "This is disgusting. So Egypt's dirty, corrupt government was charging $5,000 per person to Palestinians so they could escape a war zone, then close the border for them, but after like 5 minutes of bombing in Israel, they are allowing Israelis to leave via their border for free?" Egypt has also facilitated flights for foreign nationals evacuating from Israel, including diplomats and international workers, in coordination with several governments. But it's not just Egypt. Meanwhile, Cyprus has also become a humanitarian hub, with around 1,500 Israelis arriving at Larnaca port aboard the luxury cruise ship Crown Iris from Haifa. They also hosted 15 evacuation flights as Cyprus helps to create a humanitarian corridor whereby Israelis and Jordanians can return safely to their home countries should they wish. So across the region, governments are coordinating to move people out of Israel, but none are pressurizing Israel to lift its total siege on Gaza. As neighboring countries appear to facilitate the evacuation of Israelis, many are questioning the lack of response for Gaza, asking, borders open for some, closed for others?